Little Caesars changed the game, bro.
They did.
Little Caesars changed. That's the most shot of shit.
Hey, Chewy, blood. They want you on the podcast, bro. Look, he Mexican, bro. You gotta put him on.
Am I interrupting your depression? I'm sorry.
This week's episode of The Voice Party is brought to you by Big Boy Raps. Get your car wrapped by some of the most experienced and skilled in the Bay. Big Boy Raps, where the big boys play.
Welcome to this week's episode of The Voice Party Podcast. I am your host this week, Corday Snell. Next to me, I have Black Joaquin. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm straight, man.
I thought you was going to say something. You kind of rose up. I was like, you going to say something, man. We got Marcos out here looking like a damn thug today. Hey,
what's going on, man?
Looking good, man. I should bring back the dye here. It's kind of weird. I feel threatened.
Bro, I'm trying to grow it out.
He's trying to look Mexican today.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Appropriating. Okay. And then we got an amazing host, an amazing talent, JD Arandia.
Where's my camera? Right here. What's up?
I finally got your last name right.
I'll appreciate it, bro.
We got Fields on the 1 and 2s, making podcasts great again.
That's right. Podcasts end America.
And then across from all of us, we have an amazing, super talented, I look at an OG in the game. One of the first dudes I've seen to have major respect for. We have the one, the only, the hella funny Jay Reed.
Hey, good people. I'm OG, just not in the game. I'm just old.
I'm OG.
Old. That's all it is.
We can tell by the fedora you got on here.
Right.
Yeah, you know,
this keeps the youngsters off me right here. That's
there you go.
Like, oh, excuse me, young man. I'm sorry about that. Keep them from trying to pocket check me. That type of thing. That's how we do it.
Thank you for coming out, man. I hit you up a while back, but I'm glad we finally made it happen, man.
Right. No, I'm so happy to be here, man. I'm happy. I see you guys all online. It looks fun. The whole setup is wonderful, man. It looks like a fun time. I was like, I got to come up here one day, so thanks for inviting me.
Hey, man, I'm honored because, like he said, I remember. I don't think you remember, but I've done shows with you before, and every time seeing you on stage, bro, just killing it, man.
Oh man, I appreciate it.
Like that's what I said at the Tommy T show. Like if anyone wins this competition.
I hope so. Man. I hope I get that email or that call or something. Man.
What Tommy T show are y'all talking about?
The Keenan. Sounds like I'm on trial. I'm on trial. I gotta put my hand on the Bible before I answer that.
On the Voice Party Bible.
Yeah, we know the
the listeners. What did you guys do?
Oh, yeah. It was that Keenan Thompson competition.
Right. The SNL.
Yeah.
We don't know what it all entails, but he's looking for the next grade, and they'll bring you to New York.
Yeah.
If you pick, then we'll see what happens from there. I look at it as an all big networking situation.
For sure. And you said you did All Clean that day?
Yeah, I did All Clean. To be real, tell you the truth, I'm really a clean comic. People don't know that. But sometimes I get a little extra depending on where I'm at, and I'm starting to loosen up. You know what I mean? Than how I used to be when it was strictly clean. Because I started off doing churches and all. And different things. So but other than that, yeah.
Earlier you said you wanted to make it extra clean for this show.
Like extra.
Why? What made you want to do that?
Because I knew everybody else was going to be extra dirty, kind of. So like I remember a comedian told me one time. He said, look and see what everybody's doing, and then do something different.
Yeah, right. Smart, stand out.
Stand out.
So I'm like, okay, they about to do this. They about to be wild. All right, let me give them my clean set. You know what I mean?
And even your skits that you put out, I noticed that now. Did you mention it? They're not dirty. There's no dirty like jokes in there.
No, not really.
It gets funny as fuck, but it's not.
Right. Well, they've been a little extra aggressive as of lately. It's been a little aggressive. And the only reason why I made them real aggressive, I did an Oakland video. It's called like I'm from the town. It's a skit how Oakland people take so much pride in being from the town. And there's one guy, he took the video, and it's crazy. It seems like everybody can sell you better than you can sell yourself, right? Because he posted my video video and got 100,000 views.
Yeah.
Oh,
right,
damn.
right.
I posted it, got 5,000 views, and I'm like, and the cool part about it, he didn't even tag me in it. So finally, people in the
Comments.
was tagging me,
Yeah.
and he finally added me, but the momentum had already went. But
Died
people
out.
still came to follow, but not as much as I think it would have.
Yeah,
If he
yeah.
did it from the gate. But shout out to him though, making it happen. At least my face got out there
Right,
100,000 times. So.
I had a homie that happened to somebody reposted a video he posted. It was the comment was, "Hey, did this dude just do a fake shot?" Because he was like putting like this, and then he like stopped. He was like, "That's something about mama" or something like that. And it was hella funny. So he went viral on Twitter, and he went viral on Instagram. But his page only had like 9,800.
It's funny when I did that meme where it said President Biden threatens to deploy. Originally, the meme was Southside Chicago residents in Russia, and I typed over it North and Central Richmond residents. Yeah, and that meme for me went viral on the Voice Party page. Yeah, and then like the other Bay Area pages posted it. Yep. And I wasn't tripping because it's not like I came up with the idea. I just put North and Central Richmond. Yeah. But then people were in the comments, "No, the Voice Party's hurt."
Yeah. There you go.
That's your core audience fighting for you. That's what we all got.
And I didn't even know them. I didn't know who they were. I was like, "Cool."
No, that's what you want.
Yeah. That's our listeners.
You want them fighting for you. That's the voice.
Yeah. When it was funny when I had a couple of viral videos go during the pandemic. I learned this real quick that you want people arguing for you in your comments and stuff like that. So that's why, like, I love when like you just get those hate comments too, and you're just like, oh yeah,
people come out for you.
People come up for you, but no, the algorithm doesn't care if it's hate or love. Yeah, it's all engagement. It's all activity on your page. So boom, you're skyrocketing, and I'm like, please keep it coming, keep it coming.
And I just adopted that because one negative thing with me, I'll block your ass. Bow. You know what I mean? But now go ahead, keep it coming. I don't know. Let them fight.
Exactly.
Let them fight.
Yeah. I think I mentioned that we had one like to this day only had one person from like I think they were from Alabama. Some white dude. He was hating on the video. So who gives a fuck about all this content? He said some shit like that, and a lot of our followers came at him, and then he blocked everybody. Right. Yeah. So one of the things that I see you do really well, man. Like I mean, from what I see, like you have a good social media presence. That's just hard to.
Yes, man. I'm trying to get it up there, man, as much as possible.
You average at like what 5,000 views on your skits?
Well, it's up and down. Yeah, it's up and down. I just try to stay like as of recently I've been posting daily and different things like that because I feel like I know what I'm doing on stage. Yeah. I just don't feel like I know what I'm doing on social media. Yeah. And then I feel like once I get social media and online together, then I think the world will open for me. Yeah. Because I mean, put me in front of a crowd. I don't care what kind of crowd it is. I'll do it. But the thing is, I'm trying to get the people to know I exist, and then we can figure out what crowd really loves me. You know.
Do you like that aspect of comedy now?
The fact that
you have to do social media?
I do. The only reason, even though it's hard for me, I'm glad because social media cuts out the middleman. Yeah. So it's like back in the day, like
you have to go to the Tonight Show.
Right. I mean, which I would love to still do. Same. I want to do the Tonight Show. I want to do all that. But sometimes you could skip. Sometimes somebody can't stop you when you build your own fan base.
Yep. Right.
You know what I mean? Like
can't be canceled.
Yeah, no. You can always be canceled.
You can always be canceled. You can be canceled with no fan base.
But it gets away of the gatekeepers.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you got to go through this guy. All right, if I get enough people in the world to rock with me, then they'll come look for me.
For sure.
You know? So the people. That's why a lot of down south comedians, those guys, man, blowing up, never touched LA. You know what I mean?
Right. I was gonna say you're seeing a lot of people like on TikTok and stuff just blowing up, and now they're on the Tonight Show.
Right. So
now they're on.
Never been to Punchline in San Francisco.
Right.
Yeah. Never did it never hung out every Sunday. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You use TikTok also, or just
well, yeah, but not as much as I should. But I'm starting to make sure that I'm putting my foot on the gas now with social media. Yep. Every aspect.
It's like you have to now.
If you post something on one platform, post it on all of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
It might.
But also do this. If you can edit in a third-party app, don't edit in each app because they all have watermarks on the videos when you save them to your device, and then when you upload them to different platforms, they don't push them out because they have the Instagram watermarks in them.
I always see people who post TikTok videos on Instagram and stuff like that, or I've downloaded like a few different ones from Instagram, and it's like I'm like, oh, I didn't know Instagram have their own watermark now, which is like the first thing I've like seen and like didn't know. It's like, what the hell?
They're all copying each other. You know, YouTube is doing exactly that's where the shorts came from. Those the stores. You know, so you know, I think YouTube is gonna stay on top.
Oh yeah,
it's an OG in this.
As far as video content, long form video content is gonna stay.
And they got a little community part on there that I just realized is basically like your
it's like Facebook updates.
Your updates. You know, because I shared one of my videos and tagged somebody.
What were you talking about? On TikTok?
No, on YouTube. You can post pictures and like updates and stuff, and each page now is a username rather than your handle, so you can tag people. So I can just put @thevoiceparty, and it tags you in the video like social media. So they're changing a bunch of stuff.
Do you post like right now? Are you focusing on doing? Because I know a lot of people do that where they just put like clips of them doing stand up, and then there's a mixture of that and skits.
Well, I'm trying to put more stand-up up there, but I don't always have a cameraman with me. I need to get a cameraman to really rock with me, and especially when I do my freestyle. I was planning on which one I want. Get it together. But once I get a cameraman or something, because I want to do it like that. What's that white guy name? Schultz.
Andrew Schultz.
Man, I want to do it. I want to copy him.
Yeah.
Not his style or anything like that, but he has a video of everything. And then sometimes I have some wonderful freestyle.
Man,
that I swear I'm like, oh my goodness, nobody recorded nothing.
Yeah.
Like I can't freestyle like this on command. It like just comes out the blue, and it's just like, all right, damn, that would have been perfect to post.
You have a good crowd work moment that you wish you could have recorded.
Yeah.
Seem like all the best moments I be having, no one's recording. I'd be like, should I set my camera up? Nah, I'm good.
Right.
I had like some random stuff, and I'm like, oh damn,
it's just 15 minutes of fire, just straight from the brain. You'll never say again.
Never say again. Yeah.
But it makes it more special in that moment, though.
Well, for the people there.
And not like they're going to remember in
But I like how that guy does. He posts, and that's how he comes up strictly on that stand-up.
I remember Gary Owens started talking about that. He was like, instead of like, comedians don't never want to post their stand-up, post clips of crowd work or like crowd interactions. He's like, because you can't regain that feeling that happened at that show. He was like, that was one-time thing, so that's what you should post. Like if you learn like a crowd interaction on some random joke or something like
that. I know a lot of comics who will post like people like like Schultz or topical things that they're probably not going to do again in a year. Just because it's what's trending, and I know that gets them a lot more. A lot of people trying to do that, but I mean, even though sometimes, man, like I post something that this is gonna get hella views, and it's like
it also depends too. Like there's with TikToks and Reels and stuff, there's layers to a lot of these videos. Like so these guys
they want requirements on what's gonna
not even that. So it's like your text on the screen, right? You're seeing a lot of them be creative.
They need captions now.
Captions are huge on your thing. And then like, is the mic plugged in? Like, are you getting good audio from your phone? If you're not, then it's a really big bummer. You know what I mean? There's so many requirements to make a good video go viral. You can have the greatest jokes, but if it's not like the lighting, if that's not good enough or it's not clear enough, you're using your phone. Like fuck.
And now you can bring
or if you're showing a little skin or something, have a little nip slip while you telling a joke real fast.
A little wardrobe malfunction.
You get on stage and take off your hat, put it on the stool.
I'm sorry. Oakland comedian shows nipple at Copper Spoon downtown Oakland today.
Hey, so tell me about your how you started. You mentioned you started with the church doing stand up.
Well, I was doing a lot of church shows, but I didn't start. I started at a place called Dorsey's Locker.
Yeah, man.
Oh, Dorsey's.
Yeah, man.
What is that for the people that don't know?
It's an old bar in North Oakland over on 59th and Shattuck, and we used to do an open mic on Tuesday.
Who ran that?
I ran it.
Oh, you ran it.
I ran that. It used to be a poetry open mic.
Okay.
Because I was doing spoken word first, and I got a job there as a host for the spoken word, and then some comedians found out about it being an open mic because the owner wanted. He said, "Yeah, just let anybody get down. Make it an open mic." So I said, "Yeah, if you sing, you play guitar, anybody." But we mostly had poets, and I think like 2 comics happened to stumble in one day, and they found out, and then I was giving out hella time.
Yeah.
And they ran and told the other comics they giving out hella time. And then more comics came. Next thing you know, the poets stopped coming because the comics started Bogart.
Yeah.
And so no, but before we did that, we used to do the poetry from 8 to 9.
Okay.
And then when 9 o'clock hit, actually about 9:30, depending on how many people signed up, and then the comedians would come, rock till like 1 in the morning.
Oh shit!
And and I hosted it maybe 3 years before I even thought about doing comedy.
Wow.
Because I was watching the comics, and I just thought it was cool, and they was getting all the chicks after the show and shit. I'm like, I used to try to throw little jokes in and shit, start drinking, and then everybody was like, "Look, you should do comedy."
So were you just hosting, or were you doing poetry before that?
I was doing poetry.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I was just telling a little joke. Like the first jokes I was really telling was making fun of the dude that either just bombed or I tailgated off whatever his funniest joke was.
Oh shit.
So I started putting tags on it, but they didn't mind because I wasn't a comedian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I thought I was like, I'm gonna be a comedian. So I went up to Tommy T's open mic. And that's when I bombed hella hard. I'm talking about I got on stage, nobody wanted to say hi to nobody. Like people just kind of looked at me like.
Do you remember a joke that you had from that set that just didn't land?
I blocked that part of my mind.
It was a joke. No, you know why it didn't land? Because that day forward, I went up there to freestyle because I was freestyling at Dorsey's because I'm up there drinking fucking Long Islands and shit, hella drunk.
Yeah.
And everybody's laughing. And then I thought I was going to do that at Tommy T's and it didn't work. And then from that day forward, I was like, because I didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm never going to get on stage without at least knowing what I could say.
Yeah.
If shit started going bad, you know what I mean?
See,
so I never get on stage without having something to say.
Yeah.
Now I might freestyle, and then maybe I freestyle so much I couldn't get to this, but I had this ready just in case.
Right.
Yeah.
How hard was it at Dorsey's Locker? That's what a lot of people don't know, because Dorsey's Locker was a notorious
rough
open mic that was rough as hell. Bombing was common.
Yeah.
Doing well was hard.
Yeah.
But it built character.
It definitely built character, but I think it was a different kind of hard though too, because like if you got up there, they would really support you if you was up there really doing something good. But if you were terrible, they'll talk over you. Yeah, get the fuck off the stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you will lose them. You either gonna get them quick or lose them quick.
Yeah.
Every single time, which made it dope. And then, it was sometimes it was a scary atmosphere. We got some gangsters hanging in there from North Oakland. Like I remember one time we was roasting a dude up front. Right, the whole crowd laughing. You get, look at your shoe, or whatever we doing. Right, and I'm talking about we're coming down on this dude. The dude was just looking, and right before he left, he was getting up, and the show was over. He was getting up, and the gun fell down on the damn floor.
Shit.
We sitting there, damn, we roasting the dude. But he didn't do nothing. Kept it going. But it was a rough crowd, but it was dope.
I remember
you got to see everybody. Everybody slid through there.
Yeah, everybody did.
Everybody peeked in.
Everybody peeked in. Yeah, they would look in and see like, okay, like who up, and then how they doing, and if it was going bad, or the people at the bar was hella drunk and stuff like that. But like, I might have skipped Dorsey's this week. I remember, no lie, I was afraid to go up at Dorsey's. I'm not gonna lie. I used to go in there with hella homies, like comedians, stuff like that. I'd be watching them, and I'm just like, I see them doing good elsewhere. I was like, this is hard, right? And then they was like, hey, Cordy, you gonna go up? Nah. And then the one time I did good. Well, it was 2 things. One, I started going up because I started seeing like a lot of white comedians going there, and then like they're either bombing or doing okay. And one, like I remember Christopher John did real well.
I swear he just popped in my mind.
Christopher John was
come every week.
He come every week. I remember he started out bombing every week. then he kind of like got the confidence, got the cadence right, and then it got hella funny because everyone was like, "Who's this awkward motherfucker
balding white
guy up here on stage?"
19 years old.
Yeah, I was about to say he was a fucking kid then too. Damn.
And I was like, that took me. I'm like, well, if white people can go up here and do it, why the hell I can't go up in front of my own people in Oakland? And so then the one time I went up, I did good.
Start gentrifying the mic.
The one time I started doing good, I remember I went after a dude in the crowd too. Like I was roasting a dude in the crowd because Leroy was hosting in this time.
He was hosting by then.
He was hosting and stuff like that, and he having like a full on conversation like 5 feet away from me, hella loud. I'm like, what the hell going on right here? And he was like, and I was like, hey man, y'all being rude. He was like, and then I started talking about him. He was like, I said, y'all hella loud and stuff like that. He was like, man, I ain't trying to be part of the show. I was like, you ain't be trying to be part of the show, but you hella loud like you trying to be part of the show or something like that. I was like, you interrupting. I was like, you a RIN, an interrupting ass nigga or something like that. And then crowd exploded, and I was like, okay, I definitely did it, right? Yeah. And then I went back to my main jokes, and it was just 2 white people in the back laughing. And I was like, well, I see what works here. But I was like, I finally did good at it. And then afterwards, I was like, my bad, bro. You was just loud. I was nervous. I didn't know. He was like, nah, it's cool, young brothers. He's just gonna talk about me again. I was like, never will.
That's one of those things that like people don't realize starting stand up. Like, yeah, of course you got to be funny, but then you also gotta build like a callus to performing in front of straight faces.
Right.
Because that shit, you could be the funniest motherfucker, but that'll discourage you from getting on stage again.
Yeah.
Like, just seeing, people like this.
Yeah, I was only like a year or so in at this time too, so I was like super like nervous about anything. I'm like, why are these like mics stupid? Like, why is this so hard? Like, why is this mic so rough? So yeah,
it builds character though. Yeah. And it makes you respect the crowd when you do the actual comedy club where they're not allowing the heckling and all that. And then that's scary too, because sometimes some people, I've seen people go do clubs like that, and then they'll hide under the chaos. Like they're saying the jokes, and they might get a laugh here, a laugh there. They hide under the chaos because you really can't hear the joke, and they're doing a lot of screaming and yelling and maybe some pandering. But then then the flip side of that, when you're doing an audience that's really listening, and then it's like, all right, we're listening to your joke,
paying attention,
paying attention to it. We're gonna see if it's funny. You know what I mean? So one joke you can hide under and people not listening. You know what I mean? But then when you got a quiet audience and set up, punch, and now it's silent. Like I damn near rather have that rowdy motherfucker.
That's you have an excuse, right? You just couldn't hear me. That's the problem.
Right. We'll hide behind that. Oh yeah, the crowd was too rowdy.
My mic needs to be turned.
Now it's dead silent. Everybody just like,
no, go say your joke. Say your fucking joke.
Really? And then you see someone bombing. Man, that crowd sucks.
Like, I don't know what it was.
No,
like
that night that we did the Keenan thing. A girl jumped off stage. It looked like she was about to cry, and she said, "Maybe I'm just too smart for this damn crowd."
It's like, you ever
no, they were listening.
It's like those video game competitive video game players would be like, my controller's broken.
That's
why I lost.
The
button stuck.
Right.
It was the second show, right?
I believe so. Yeah, because I hung out.
Dude, that was rough.
I'm too smart for this.
I think you told me about this too. It's like I was too smart or something like that.
Too smart for this crowd.
Yeah, it was funny to see people bomb on that show. Well, it was funny because some people have like bad reputations, and then so you see them like after like a bunch of kills.
I think bombing's funny anyway, even if it's me.
Oh yeah.
If you bomb, I'm gonna laugh at you. Do not take it personally. And if I bomb, laugh at me like that motherfucker bomb, because I'm gonna laugh. I've been bombing and just looked at everybody and just started laughing like I'm fucking up. I'm bombing right there.
What's the most recent bomb?
Oh, you did that at a show at Rancho Sports Bar.
Oh yeah.
You said, "Fuck it, I don't care. I'm supposed to bomb right here."
It's in the script.
I'll address it. I was fucking.
Yeah, bombed hella hard that night too.
In the biopic based on my life,
Rancho Sports Bar and also.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Antoine's room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ranchos.
That's a hard one.
Was that recent?
No, that was before the pandemic.
That was before pandemic.
Oh, okay. So
he brought it back?
No, it was before pandemic.
Is there anything recent?
No, I don't think he did.
I don't think I had anything recent.
That's like
Did I have anything? I don't know. I've been on the road lately, baby. I've been on the road.
Best, when we do ask every comic, best bomb story.
What's your best bomb story?
I don't know, man. Well, I think the most memorable bomb, I think, is I did a church in Stockton, and they put me up right. It was like a fish fry. They put me up right when they're like getting the food, and I'm up there, and there's all these old ladies, and it was a holy church too, you know what I mean? I think it might have been Kajik or something, you know, real spiritual. Like, you know, Baptist a little more fun, a little, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, when you deal with the Holiness Church or something, you know, and I was up there, they was kind of looking at me, and I heard somebody back, who is this?
Who's this OG?
So then I got off stage, I was like, well, thank y'all for having me. No claps, no nothing. I got off stage, and I kind of ran out the side. And the preacher, he come following behind me because Jay Red is the one that, you know Jay Red?
I think so.
Yeah, but he one set it up for me. And I ran out the side and I was about to go hop in the car. I didn't even want to get paid. That's how bad it is.
It's not even worth it.
Right, and the preacher was like, hey, come here. And then he's giving me advice, you gotta get them warmed up. And then he was like, man, here's your money, man. I said, nah, man, just keep. He said, no, don't worry about it. I said, all right, thanks, man.
Bombings for free.
Right. I said, thanks, man. Then I told him, I said, hey, man, don't tell Jay Red what happened. He's the one that booked me.
Yeah. I know Jay Red.
So I get in the car and I'm driving, and then Jay Red calls me, hey, man. I said, hey, man, how's it going? He said, yeah, man, heard you had a bad time. The pastor lied to me. He said he wasn't going to do it. But Jay Red put me on some more shows that week.
Yeah.
It happens.
I remember one time I had I had like auditioned to be on a J-Rad show for a church, and I remember I didn't get it, but then I remember you had got it, and I was like, well, how do you even do how do you even do church stuff? And I remember later Joe Hill did one at the church like that I picked my dad up from earlier today. He was like, oh man, yeah, we was wondering if you was gonna pop up. I was like, no, because like I'm like super nervous. Like my dad, my mom are like really into the church. Like they got ministry and stuff like that.
That's a lot of pressure.
Did you say your dad was a deacon too?
He's a deacon. He's a so that's like high up. Then he's on the right,
real rank in the world. Right there.
No, the deacons.
Like he like this one guy.
No,
basically,
see,
right.
the deacons.
Call him.
Exactly.
The deacons are in charge of finance. Okay, so
and they got the key to the
keys to the church.
Yeah. So then he's on the praise and worship team. Then he's also in the choir, like
Ned Flanders.
Yeah, basically like one of the leads. And then my mom's best friend is the choir director and stuff like that. And so like they know. So I'm just like, if I go here and do bad, this gonna look bad on all of them. Because my dad be like, you know, my son, he been doing good. He been doing comedy.
Find a new church.
Yeah, basically. I was like, yeah,
find a new religion.
I was like, my first church.
You Catholic now, bro.
I was like, my first church performance won't be at my church.
Oh yeah. That'd be weird.
I don't blame you. Sometimes you really can't come home.
Yeah.
Right.
Besides that experience, do you like the church shows?
I love it, man. The church crowd, man. Church crowds go because they want you to win.
Oh, okay.
They really want you to do good.
Yeah.
You know, usually, except for the old people in Stockton. I'll never forget you, old lady. In the back, get him off stage. Oh my goodness.
Miss Betty back there.
Right. But yeah, the church shows, man, they go bananas, man.
That's funny.
And the cool part about it, I do my regular material. The same material I do at Tommy T's, I'll do at the church show. The only thing is I don't curse, and I probably won't do any sexual content. Anything else? I talk about weed, up to drugs, everything.
I did a church show once, and it wasn't a church show at a church, but it was a church group that does events in Richmond.
Okay.
And I got booked, and I did good up until I did a sex joke.
Right.
And then I did a Jesus joke. That is not like a bad thing, but it just like I lost.
But I think you could do a sex joke. It's all about how you it's about how you package it, because you know they talk about sex in church anyway. They talk about all but you got to package it right. You know, you might be able to deliver a sex joke being married or something. You know, it's a married. So you know, once you paint it right,
and
then you do, because if you peep it, the pastor do a joke before he started sermon, every sermon.
Oh,
anyways.
yes.
Right.
And then while he's doing the sermon, he'll loosen you up and say, you know what I mean? You know, you might, your body belongs to your husband. Ladies, you hear that?
No lies have been told here.
You know what? Like watching like preachers, pastors, you learn to perform.
Yeah.
Like it. You know, they got it
Well,
down.
I mean, if you look at it from that angle, because you got to think about it, like if you got a decent sized church, you're probably running 3 sermons a Sunday. So you do an 8 o'clock service, 11 o'clock service, 7 o'clock service. You'll probably have one on Wednesday for Bible study, which is really another session.
Yeah.
And then depending if you're a holiness church, you have a Holy Ghost service Friday night or something like that. So you're really performing 7 times a week.
7 times a week, 7 shows.
Right. So the preacher got it easier than us because everything he's preaching has been preached before. Yeah. And he's getting it out the Bible, and we're talking about topics like this, and it should be that easy for us as well too. That's what I'm noticing. If we really get to really just talking about real life and stuff that you know about, then you'll really win.
That's true.
When it comes to your writing, because when you start trying to just I get it if you're writing for a sitcom or
Try
something.
to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah. Just talk about your life. Talk about you could do a set about doing your podcast. You know what I mean? And how everything go, how your engineers on watching porn. Why you you're at The Voice. But
he's like, I'm gonna save this one for later when I'm alone.
Hey, you addicted to porn if you're saving clips. I can't save no clips. I gotta go try to find it again. I will not be caught with no saved files.
With the OG you put on the glasses.
Right. I really don't watch porn no more, but I hate trying to find the one I liked and it's never, now you gotta describe it. Bent over couch.
It's like 400 results.
When they change their names, that's the worst.
That's what happens.
What's their old name? They got a new name now. What's their name?
Y'all shouldn't watch porn. Porn rots the brain. They did a scientific thing about that.
Like drugs.
And if you're not careful, you can turn into a serial killer.
What?
Look, hey, look, he's shaking. What? Now, see,
he's like, when?
No, because what happens? You watch a lot of porn?
No.
You don't.
Not a lot, just enough.
When they lie, they do a 2-second break. No.
He sounded like he came and said no.
But what happens is everything that you do, you always do in excess. Like over time, though. So, like, say you drink, right? Do you drink?
Yeah.
I promise you drink more now than you did 10 years ago.
I used to drink whole bottles before.
Oh, did you really?
I toned it down.
So you're going back.
Yeah.
You're going back. Okay, but if you keep drinking, you'll go get back to that if you're not careful.
Yep.
Same thing when it does with porn. You know what I mean? People that smoke cigarettes say, oh, let me hit your cigarette. Next thing you know, they're buying packs.
They're smoking out of the hole.
Right, yeah, you see how bad. See, but that's the serial killer of porn. Because what happens is you're just watching regular porn, then next thing you know, you start typing up different, you're going down a rabbit hole, next thing you know, you're in bondage, and then next thing you know, you're beatings, and next thing you know, it don't do it for you no more, now you want to do it yourself, and then next thing you know, you done killed her, and now you're on the run doing it to everybody in Arizona.
I saw an interview with Ted Bundy where he says he started,
no, I'm serious,
he said he started with porn, and he wanted to get more violent.
Yeah.
And then until it was the porn wasn't doing enough, then he started shoplifting just to get that rush.
Right.
And then first time he hit a girl in the head with a hammer like that.
Chasing
that high.
Yeah, chasing that high. So the thing is, you gotta be careful. Yeah.
Also too.
So if you do watch porn, like and then test yourself too. See if you're really addicted. Say, all right, 90 days, I'm not gonna do it. And then even to have to even tell yourself that means you might have a slight problem.
Everything in moderation.
You said 90 days. I was like, damn, 90 days?
90 days.
I was like, oh.
How will I get hard? Because now we depend on porn. Remember when you was a kid, a magazine could do it. But now you didn't see
Cosmo.
No, JC freaking Penny. Just
the
like
JC Penny magazine.
Like, oh, look at this shit.
No, yeah, they'd be like, oh, snap. Like, and it'd be funny, you go to like the liquor store and it'd be like the regular magazine, instead it'd be like the X-rated behind it. You don't even see it, but you're like, oh, that's good enough right there.
They're in the package though.
They're in the package.
No.
You slowly get desensitized.
You just do it off of memory.
Right.
Yeah.
Now memory's not. No, I need to see it.
No.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I used to watch soft porn.
Yeah.
That's all soft porn, like, because I didn't know the difference. I was like, okay, this cool, stuff like that. It was like, you watching that? Because it's like Cinemax.
She all on his stomach.
Yeah. And I was like, cool. I was like, they don't show the penis in here. That's good. I don't want to see nobody's dick. Like, that was like, I was right on board.
Just titties everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. It was that.
You just rewinded to the.
See, but now that you're porn, now you need her in a noose and.
I went down that rabbit hole. I was like, people get off on this.
You went down the rabbit hole. See, but and you typed it. You've typed midget.
I never typed midget. I passed up them videos. I passed up those videos. I never typed.
You know why you don't pass those videos? Because if your search history isn't that, it's never.
There we go.
That is so fucking niche.
Boom. Exactly.
So no, that means you're clicking on it.
Right? Because now
you can't pass by midget porn without typing it in.
Well, first off, I like
it just comes up.
No, it doesn't.
It's part of the algorithm.
Video now.
Trending top. I mean, oh fuck. Now I look.
Let's talk. Yeah,
but yeah.
Come on, Nail Polish. Tell us about porn.
Yeah,
tell us about your porn.
I can tell you, he's addicted for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, exactly.
You must be careful. Take 90 days off. He's like, fuck that.
I just gave up booze and drugs. I can't. I gotta.
It's hard.
One step at a time.
But no, for real, stop it because it'll fuck this up, and then depression.
Yeah.
Shit like that. It's hella other shit.
I've heard it fucks with your creativity. If you're
It fucks
creative,
with your creativity. Because sometimes you need that sexual energy to really just win.
Yeah.
Like think about it, you done jacked off before you got on stage. How good of a sex you gonna?
Hi guys.
Exhausted.
Like Eeyore, fucking Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
But imagine going up there with that energy, like you feel me? Like I could sleep with every woman in here, but you don't. You know what I mean? And you'll have more energy. You know what I mean?
You hear that, ladies?
But then also too, so like I think
That's Corday on stage.
The nuts just boiling.
I just come aggressive all the time. No, that's why. Because like how you said earlier, he was like, whatever you watch people do, like whatever set they're doing, you go the opposite. So they had low energy, I had high energy. Also, that's
what we say. We're like when you're young, that's why you slapbox all the time. Is that fucking repressed sexual?
That's pretty good.
Energy got to go somewhere.
Right. Yeah. But also, I took a lot of sex education classes, and so what they also say.
The first one wasn't enough.
Huh? No, I got real deep into it. I got real deep into it.
So much.
Well, so if you want to know, I took a class at UC Santa Barbara.
Rewind the part where she says she loves him.
Okay, this guy. There was a class that had like 900 students, and if you place like top 5, top 10%, you will go on to the next class. So I was in the top 5, top 10%. So that's why I went on, because it was only you went from a 900 class to just 15 people in the class. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was like, okay, let's learn more about it and other stuff like that. But then a lot of guys become
the condom goes where?
Took them to college.
Nah, it used to be. It was funny because it was two old white people teaching 900 students. Like sex education, like on a bunch of different topics and stuff like that.
Old people be fucking, bro.
Yeah, so it was funny because like you could literally be up there and be like, I could tell he seduced her every night, kind of a thing, right? Yeah. And then they talk about watching porn, you desensitize and really don't like you think this is how sex is
bend
actually
over, Marjorie,
and stuff like that.
You just
slap it on it
yourself to real life sex.
The movie Don John literally talks about that. He had a bad woman. He had a Scarlett Johansson, this is girl, but he was still watching porn because porn is like he was just comparing it to. Right. He's like, this is better. He's like, if a girl you go to a pretty girl, she in a rush to like just like go down just for like a little bit, and she come back up, and then he like missionary because that shit is boring. He was like, now do you want this? And he's just like going like this. He's like, you want this? And he's like slacking in the ass, like all this other stuff. And I was like,
it fucks up the perception because like you know that Bobby Lee, the comedian, he had that bad girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now they broke up because he was.
Of course, you know.
Respect. Because he was addicted to porn. He was watching porn when he should have been fucking her.
Wow.
And that's what ended there.
Was that the real reason?
That's what they said.
It gets that deep.
Yeah.
And to be real, to know that it could go that way. Think about it, man. If it could go to you're not even having sex with your girl because you're watching it, right? Mm-hmm. If you know that it could go to being a serial killer. Yeah. If you know that it could go into bondage and different things like that, then you might want to slow it down.
Working on it.
Because you don't want to hurt yourself. And it does fuck with your mental. Fuck with your mental. So really try to slow down on that and the drugs and the alcohol.
I quit drugs and alcohol.
Good. You know, alcohol is, I've just recently peeped that. You know, alcohol fucks with your emotion as well.
Yeah.
You have a good time. You have a good time tonight.
It's a bad
Tomorrow,
down.
maybe the next 2 days, man, you might be feeling sad for nothing. The alcohol.
That fucked with my mental a lot.
There's a meme saying you're stealing happiness from tomorrow by getting drunk.
Yeah.
Like you steal happiness from
No, that's 100% what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's
And
funny,
you're
but
just
it's really happening.
Yeah, and it's the same cycle over and over again.
When I started stand up, when I first did my first shows, I used to get lit before the show. Now, and I noticed, like, I think I told you that once, but like the last 5 years, I really just started doing sets with no alcohol whatsoever.
Oh yeah, me too.
And it feel way like I'm you know,
Sharper.
way sharper.
Right.
Just being sober.
Yeah.
It's a
and then
big
your freestyle will be more on point too, because you could address shit when it happens. You know what I mean? Like my boy, you know my boy Melvin Jr. That'll run around with.
I think so.
Anyway, he just quit. He quit drinking. Maybe he's a little bit over a year now.
Okay.
When I tell you this boy's getting on stage, killing shit left and right. Ever since he stopped drinking, started working out, way better than he was when he was a drinker. You know what I mean? You think when you're a drinker that, oh yeah, I'm gonna be on stage more funny.
Yeah.
You're much sluggish. You know you're slurring with your words.
I forget my little words.
You might be a little more confident, but how good is the confidence if he's not on point?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's what was always weird for me, like when comics smoke a lot. Like I always felt like it delays them. Because like it delayed, because you like, depending on how I'm like a very fast like thinker and stuff like that. Sometimes I stutter or I mess up the intro. So like we like just always welcome to this week's episode. Would always bring me down, you know. And I remember one time I was at an open mic with Luigi Diaz smoking beforehand, and the dude, it was me, Luigi, and another guy like smoking outside of the Store Club, right? And then we both all got hella high, but Luigi functions high, right? And then me and the other dude don't. So he go up on stage, he's like, what was it?
You get on stage before you say anything. What was I saying?
Yeah, right. and then I'm watching him, and I'm like freaking out because we're both the same amount of high. I'm just like, oh snap, it's gonna be a terrible set. But because I saw him, it like sobered me up.
Right.
So then I'm just like, I go up on stage. I was like, remember 2 comics ago, y'all saw that one dude who was just like bombing up here. You was like, what the hell was that? I was like, yeah. He was like, don't ever smoke with Luigi before open mic. All right. And then so I ended up having a good set because I saw that. But I took that. I'm like, okay, I'm not a smoker. I'm not gonna smoke before my set or ever. And sometimes, and I never wanted to be one of those. I saw DC Irvin, not DC Irvin, guy with the dad, Day-Day's dad from Next Friday and Friday After Next.
What's his name?
DC Curry.
DC Curry.
I saw DC Curry
last week. Yeah, there you go.
Was you there?
Nah, I saw when Pepper Bellies was open.
Oh, okay.
He brought his opener.
Pepper Bellies.
Right? He was drunk as shit on stage, slurring his words, talking like
allegedly.
No, he was okay. Allegedly, he was like, damn.
He's gonna be watching this, and
allegedly,
he was like, damn, girl, you got some big and it was like, and then DC came up, he was like, I couldn't understand a motherfucking thing that dude said, huh? And then I saw that, I'm like, yeah, I never want to be those like drunk, like just like all falling over yourself.
Fuck with. But you know what, some comedians out there that really can smoke. Yeah. Come on, all right, let me go knock it down. Get going. I'm just not one of them.
I'm not one of them either.
I did. I think I told you I did that. I was on my way to a show with Butch, and on the way from, I picked him up in Oakland. On our way from Oakland to San Jose, Butch smoked like 2 blunts in my car, 3 blunts, and I took some hits too, and I felt like, I'm a lightweight, bro. My legs, I couldn't move them. Like, I think you need to drive, bro. We get to the show. I did 2 jokes, and then I said, I thought, oh shit, I'm having a heart attack. And then I put the mic back, and I just walked off. Didn't say anything. And then the host told me,
weed activates his anxiety.
Yes.
100%.
And then the host says, why'd you say you were having a heart attack? Like, I said that out loud.
Bruh,
that's why I can't be high. I haven't smoked since 2020. I quit weed.
Anxious or paranoid or just like lose feeling in something. Like I remember one time I spoke to my homie, my vocal cords shut off. Like I was trying to talk, and they was like hitting me. They was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, I'm high, like and I was just like, okay, this ain't it.
It sounds miserable, man.
You smoke?
Here and there, but as of right now, no.
No.
But I'm not. I don't say that I'll never smoke again.
Yeah, I think I might smoke again.
Every blue moon, if I'm like, go ahead, let me go ahead.
Yeah.
That's all I need. That type of thing.
It's the lesser of all the lesser, risk as far as like everything else.
Right.
I see you've been trying to get healthy, man. Like been working out.
I've been trying to. I fell off, man. I was taking, man. Well, you gotta always take care of yourself, because when you're doing good and you hurt yourself, you'll fall all the way off.
Yep.
Because I lost 42 fucking pounds.
Goddamn, man.
And I was fucking happy.
Yeah.
So then I started.
You were bigger a few years ago.
Yeah. I lost 42 pounds, and then I wouldn't even say I was ego lifting. I started doing so I started power lifting.
Okay.
But I just started learning how to power lift, and I did it wrong, fucked my back up.
Yep.
I said, now I laid down for a month, gained 15 pounds back of it, and then fucked up my whole eating regimen and all this shit, like fucking bring me a bag of chips, or, you know.
Yeah, that's so good.
But you gotta one thing I'm learning.
That's those 15 pounds from all those get well prayers.
Yeah, right. So now I'm recently trying to get back on it and try to lose that 40 again, because summertime's coming real soon.
Yeah, sir.
I was just watching an interview with Martin Lawrence talking about he used to box back when he was doing comedy, because he says that energy, you need that physical energy on stage to perform well.
Right.
And I never thought about that. There's something to that. Yeah.
You do. No, I'm telling you, man, you gotta. I even felt better on stage when I first lost that first 42.
Yeah.
Man, we was in LA. I was beating their ass up. I didn't feel bloated and shit, because I was eating vegetables and meat and eggs and bacon. That's all I ate, and some protein, and drunk hell of water, like all the time. And you could move better, like, you know what I mean? You just got the energy when you're on stage. And now that I'm gaining it back, I'm over there with the lazy, y'all, so right, and all that shit. So, it's best to try to, do that. And then it's good for your mental. We gotta be very careful with our mental at this time.
No porn, exercise.
No porn, exercise. Stop if you're gonna drink some wine.
Don't be a serial killer.
Right. Weed, if it don't activate your anxiety, I guess it's okay. And and perform as much as possible.
It's got like a list, like cocaine if you can function. Heroin, but just be very careful. But you can kind of do it.
Only in your left arm, because you hold the mic with your right. So you don't want to.
You could use it to rap.
It's like no alcohol, but maybe weed.
The only risk in heroin is overdose, bro. It doesn't fuck up your liver. Like that's the thing I read.
But it really is.
It is. Yeah.
Fentanyl's fine if you don't die.
Wait. No
really
brain damage when you do heroin?
There's brain damage.
I don't know about brain damage.
I was gonna say,
alcohol. Actually, fun fact: alcohol is the only drug out there out of all of them that you cannot physically recover from. So, like, you know how like all drugs, when you take them, they they kill brain cells and stuff like that. They kill part of your brain.
Yeah.
This is assuming you do like one hit of something, and then you have 3 years from that one hit to recover from that, right? Alcohol is the only thing that as soon as you take that sip, whatever it kills, it kills.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Shit. Well,
made me not want to drink at all, man.
Right.
Ever again.
But I like wine, though. Wine.
Yeah.
I do it a little bit.
Goodbye, eggnog.
A little wine is okay.
Fucking eggnog.
Did you put brandy in it?
Oh yeah.
So how many? Because I know you big at Tommy T's. Like you have your own night. I think you've headlined Tommy T's a bunch of different times, Alameda Comedy Club, and a bunch of other spots. How'd you get in? Because I know you always perform with a bunch of headliners. How did you get in, or how was your experience at Tommy T's back in the day versus now? Or
I think it's just the consistency of just being around.
Yeah.
Just always performing and just writing the new jokes and being available when, out of sight, out of mind. That's the way I look at it. So if they need somebody, they call you. And
that's your home club, kind of. Huh?
Yeah, it's kind of like my own. Yeah.
I see every time I'm there, I see you there. You were there for the Cinco de Mayo show. I was there.
Yeah.
He's Mexican today.
Right. I'm up in here. So no, it's just just from throwing shows, and I mean it all starts from like little small stuff. Like for instance, like when I first started going to Tommy's, winning their little competition. That little Tuesday night thing. They used to give $100.
I remember that. I was about to say that back when it was $100. Then it went from 100, 75, 50 to $25. It was like, I was like, what happened to $100?
Now you got to pay.
Basically.
If you win, you owe us $100.
Right. But I won it like 4 weeks in a row once, and they was doing it every week.
Yep, they was, yeah.
And that was cool. And then that's how they started. Oh, some dude Jay Rich won. Jay Rich won. And then a couple of people put me on their showcase, and then they gave me my own. Yeah. And then I threw that for a free show. You know what I mean? Just to see if I get people come, and then put them on $5 and $10 after a while, and same, just staying working. Yeah. Just try to stay working, and then eventually they let you come, and you know what I mean? Yeah. Just however it all works. I mean, and I think that's like that with everything. Like right now I'm trying to go to LA more. Like I'm on the main show at the Laugh Factory. I mean the Chocolate Sundays over at the Laugh Factory. And I've been trying to get on there for years.
Yeah. Wasn't like 15,000 views recently off your one?
No, I got 60 right now.
60. There we go.
Yeah. What's
your Instagram page?
My Instagram is JRich510, Jay. But that 60 grand is on that YouTube page.
It's a YouTube page. Yeah.
How long into stand-up do you think it took you to find your voice, like with stand-up?
I still don't think I found my
For real?
voice yet. I don't know who I am. I'm lost.
Wait,
who am I?
Do any of us really know who we are? Like
the Laugh Factory, you're at 59.8 thousand on Instagram too.
Oh, that's on the Instagram post.
Yeah,
right? Yep. And I think it's the same on the YouTube.
On YouTube, on the shorts.
Yeah.
So out of all these kind of like places that you're performing, Laugh Factory, that's in LA, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Which ones are your favorites?
Of course, I love that where I'm at on that one.
Yeah.
At the Chocolate Sundays Hot Show, man. You do 2 shows, man. It's always packed in that thing, man. And I like the Hollywood Improv, because usually if I go do them, I'll try to set it up to do the Hollywood Improv the next day.
Okay.
So I really love those 2. But out of both of them, I think I like the Laugh Factory.
Okay.
It was super dope. I mean,
super iconic.
It's just colorful. And then like last time we was up there, like Kevin Hart walked in. Deion Cole. Like you'll see all the celebrities.
You know what I gotta say and I don't know if you guys take this into consideration, but when people that aren't comics and stuff, we see that background, the Laugh Factory logo, we instantly in our heads perceive you guys on stage as like someone bigger than you might be. Right. And I don't know if you guys have ever thought about that. So like I think getting into these kind of like the Laugh Factories, the Improv, or whatever, the New York cellar. No, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like when you see those logos behind the comics, instantly I feel like your videos will blow up faster, just because that's how we saw Andrew Schultz 10 million times. That's how we saw, all these other guys, and they're huge. So we assume that you're either on the up and come, or you've been in the scene.
No, you hit it directly on the nose. It's good for both parties, right? Because now the club made themselves if you got that Laugh Factory behind you while you on stage, you know what I mean? You must be somebody.
You must be somebody.
You must be good enough to, you know what I mean? So that gives us the strive to, I really want to do the Laugh Factory. Like I just said, I've been trying to do it for years.
Yeah. Right.
And then my second goal was I wanted to get on their channel, on their YouTube channel. And why did I want to be on their YouTube channel? Because they got 356,000 subscribers.
Yep. Right.
And hopefully I could get 1 million views some kind of way with them sharing me, and then get my name.
And that'll help you find your voice.
That will help me find my voice.
All right.
Whatever voice I was using when that was shared.
Right.
That's the voice I'm going to keep using. Even if it was this voice. Yes.
So now realizing that this background could be really infamous, have you guys thought about possibly building this background set and then just inviting people to come? You guys just film it?
Yeah, we're gonna put that back here.
Yeah.
No, but see,
you think about that?
Gonna get sued.
It's the same.
Sued.
Can you?
No, you can't.
No, you can't. It's a place.
It's a place.
That's like if you make a
using.
But there's the logo trademark.
All you gotta do is lie and say you was really there. Like, I was there. What the fuck you mean?
I don't know. There's some
I heard.
You think that's risky?
But just like you guys, as big as this podcast get, like people would love you, like when the Breakfast Club.
Right.
And that's the
Voice Party.
That's the goal.
Because now it's like
actually be on the radio.
if you guys are like, hopefully it gets into the point where, all right, like just say I make an overnight sensation overnight.
Right.
Let's just say tomorrow we wake up in the morning, I got millions of followers because of that video that I just dropped and everything like that. And then now people are looking for me. They go to YouTube and all that. Then they find your channel with this behind me on it. Other comedians and other entertainers will fight like mad to see if they could get up here. Hey man, when you gonna let me do your podcast? Because they need to get
right before he blew up, he was on this shit.
Exactly.
Let me try to get on this shit.
Exactly. Because now they think because success, like who was that telling you? You know G King?
Yeah.
Out there in LA, I was telling G King, I was like, dude, man, what should I get on out there? Should I try to get on Kev on Stage show? Should I try to get on the Whoop show? He was like, dude, bro, man, I'm telling you, man, it's a collaboration of multiple things to blow up.
Yeah.
And then the world will look at that too. Say, all right, well, Jay Rich blew up overnight. He did The Voice Party. He did Laugh Factory. He did the Improv. I want to do all those things.
Show.
Did Shanti. I want to do everything that he did.
Because now
I took a picture last week in front of we wasn't even on the fucking show. Me and Mel snuck in and took a picture at the Heartbeat Studio. Like, So with the I saw
that. Like, when we dropped by the Heartbeat Studios, I was like, oh, that's good.
I was gonna put it on everything. Me and Kev just was talking about some things.
People think like success is contagious by association. Like I was on this, so I might blow up.
Exactly.
Like, and that's not even.
But it can be.
It can be, but that's not always the case. Like you could have. I've seen podcasts that are smaller than us that have bigger name guests, and they're still not getting.
And then check it out, right? Like how you look how you got set up right here at the Heartbeat Studio. It's set up just like this. It's in the cut just like you guys are right here. Like on my way here, I was like, oh, this is just like you could drive past it and wouldn't know. I don't even think. Well, obviously they know. I'm just like the businesses around, like right here. Yeah. I'm like, I wonder if they know that Heartbeat Studio, Kevin Hart thing is right there. Wow. Like it's just like this. The only difference is he might have you keep going that way, you turn right, it'll be another room, a studio room where they do TV shows or they'll do their sketches. And then right here it'll be a glass where people are outside waiting. It's literally just set up just like this. Yeah. So imagine if the numbers was already there. I mean, where you guys are making a mark for yourself. Yeah. I'm trying to make a mark for myself. And then to be real, like think about it like this, you network, that girl that does that show Insecure. She said something that I really felt. She was like, people always like to network up. We of course we want to network with the bigger guys. The guys that's been through it, but the real network comes from across. All right, Matt, why am I here today? Yeah. Whose idea was it for me to come today? It was yours. And how do you know me?
Stand up.
And where we meet at?
Doing I remember it was a long time ago.
Right, but we've met face to face and different things like that. Right. Cordell, he already knows me, right? You know I was coming, right? I was thinking about bringing Jerry. Oh, cool. Yeah. I was like, so that was 2 votes that said yeah. You probably didn't know who I was at all, right? Did you know who I was at all? No, not at all. So 2 people out of this whole group. Did you know who I was? Not at all. Huh?
No, not at all.
Exactly. But I got 2 votes in the world. I got 2 votes in the room that made sure that I got here. You see what I'm saying? So now you got to know me. Now hopefully sometime down the line, all our networks come up and then I'll see him somewhere and say, oh yeah, I did the podcast. Hey man, how you do? Yeah, come on in. Yeah. Meet the dude over at 106 KMBL. Now you done got the job from our network that we're doing right now. You know
I mean, actually that's a great point because something that just happened with me and my band was going on TikTok. I found some kid that's like my age. We're both climbing we both started new music pages and we're both at the same level. Right. And then we hit each other up and I'm like, yo, let's write together. We ended up having our first Zoom meeting. We vibed, wrote a song that night. Nice. And then we both just started growing more and more and more. Right. You know what I mean? We were at the 90 followers level. Now we're both at the 1,500 level. Right. You know what I mean? Right. It's like
serial killers gotta unite, bro.
Yeah. No, but you know what I mean? Like this could be one of you guys blow up. Yeah. Right? And then you're like, no, that's my boy. I need him to come on stage with me.
Exactly.
He needs to come on tour with me. Right. And then next thing you know, it's a voice party thing. You know, you've been associated with this. Now you're on tour. Right. Now, next thing you know, and he gets another video that blows up while he's opening up for you. Now you're blowing up even more because you're in association with him.
And it said this blow up, and I'm like, and I got a show coming. Hey man, can I come do your show again, man? To promote what's that?
Yeah.
Now you got millions of followers.
Yeah. Right.
and it bounces off each other. Because at the end of the day, look at it like high school. Of course, we know 12th graders, but they really don't fuck with us like that. Right. You know what I mean? Some of them are nice to us. The other ones push us in lockers. Yeah. So we gotta fuck with the 9th graders. So then when we grow up in grade, we'll do the same thing to the 9th graders that was done. But we'll look out for a few of them. Nah, leave them alone. That's my friend. Come here, little freshman. Come here. I'll hook you up. Come on up to the voice party. I'll give you a job. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
100%.
But the real commitment comes from your class level.
For your peers.
Yes.
We're all in our class level.
And that's kind of what I originally wanted to do. Like, whatever. Yeah, I guess I could say we have a good following now. It's building. It's mostly Richmond and Salinas. Somehow Salinas became.
Because Flacco.
Yeah,
we got all the Flaccos.
Salinas, we love you guys.
Yeah,
And like two people
Canada.
in Canada.
We have a following in Canada.
See, that's what I'm saying.
There's a couple guys in
So
Ireland,
whatever following we got, like that's why I want to. Whenever people that I see at shows, I want to put them on to. Hopefully, everyone that follows me follows you now.
Right. And everybody that follows me, like when they Jay Rich on the thing, let's see what who else they interviewed. Let's see what else they talked about. You know what I mean? Things like that. Yeah. And then once they see that's a success, and next thing you know, you got other comedians contacting you. Man, when can I come do you guys' podcast and different things? You know what I mean? So it'll be a dope thing.
I agree,
man. That's been we're getting close to the end, man. Like I said, I appreciate you making time to come out here, and I think we got to have you back on.
No, I appreciate
100%.
100%.
It was dope. I like how this episode was basically about serial killers,
and the church,
but I'm happy I came anyway.
And that's all. Like there's no people ask you guys. Someone asked me. They saw me at a show. They said they watched the show and they said, "Do you guys script out what you talk about?" Like never. For the last one, you had notes, but we didn't even do all your notes, huh?
Yeah.
You did? Okay, cool. Yeah. But like
the majority of the time,
especially with comics.
Well, there's a difference between scripting out the whole interview versus noting, because one thing I want to do is I want to start doing more research on people, right? Sure. So like with the last person we had a music artist come in, and so I went through her social media and stuff like that, and kind of researched some of her songs and stuff. And so like same thing, like some of the questions I had for you, I was kind of like, okay, what have you done? What do you, that's why I also
basically
wanted to,
who is this guy?
Yeah.
There's only 2 people who knew me here.
Yeah,
right.
And that's also what.
But now I can jump in the conversation because I've seen some things that they might have not even saw.
Exactly.
I'm going back on your Instagram, 12 years ago. Oh, you're here with Kevin Hart. Explain that.
That's what I like to do with comics, is kind of just throw in some questions, but let you just that whole serial killer thing. That's all you. That's all you. And I like showing that on the show, like. Just let your mind go, and
because you gotta be careful.
Yeah, that's what the voice party
the conversation
is.
Pretty much.
So you're not gonna watch porn. We're done with weed, alcohol, anything else.
Somebody's gonna be watching. No, fuck that. I'm watching porn. Take porn away from me.
They're whacking off while they're watching. While the voice party's on the background.
They're like, I love BDSM.
What do you think? What do you think that splatter is behind there, bro?
I'll stop this 90 days starting tomorrow.
But no, for real, test yourself though, and then test yourself with that 90 days.
I'm starting today.
You know what? Just do 30. Fuck it, do 30. I see it in you guys' eyes.
You seen that video? The day 1 of not watching porn, day 2 of not watching porn.
That's a TikTok
day 1 of not watching porn.
That's crazy. Man.
2 hours. This is 2 hours later.
2 hours.
This is being 2 days after not watching porn.
Somebody in this room is gonna paint the Mona Lisa from scratch.
Wow. So anyway, I want to thank you all for coming to my podcast.
Thank you for coming out.
So tell the people where they can find you at. Go ahead.
Oh shit. That's.
Pull the switcheroo on them. I want to thank you all for coming to the voice party. I'm Jay Rich.
Tell the people where they can find you.
Tell the people where they can find you real quick. Go down the line real quick. No, your camera's over here.
Oh, shit. You can find us at The Voice Party at IG, YouTube. What else are we on? TikTok.
But where can they find your personal JD?
JD __ on IG.
Okay, perfect. Where could we all follow you?
2J Marcos Molinar.
2J.
Corday made your day on Instagram and YouTube and Twitter.
Joaquin_Xavier at IG.
And you can find me at JRich510, JAYRICH510 on all social medias, TikTok, Instagram, Pornhub, all the stuff, and we'll go ahead and make it happen. So listen, fellas, thank you all for coming. Is there any questions or anything that
I think we're good.
Everything's
Thank you for having us on.
No, I'm glad you guys came.
It's been an honor.
Yeah.
Me and my producer here.
What's his name again?
No, we just call him the super producer. we see what we're.
He's like, hey, don't worry about it. We don't give out government names.
Exactly.
The direction we're trying to go with the voice party here, we're just trying to. First, we're trying to keep it, keep it real diverse. You know what I mean? We got a porn addict, a drug addict. You're still a fat addict. Fat addict. It's about just an addict. Yeah, man.
Food addict.
But that's cool, man.
You close out the show. We close out saying there's been a voice party. We're out.
Okay. Hey, what's going on? This is your boy Jay Rich, and that's been the Voice Party, and we out. Woo. All right. Booyah.